virtual experience. And another thing is me myself, I'm actually a 2-year experience where I'm actually a physical people as well. So talking about this, you have to know that other than me, I don't think other EB, my current EB, knowing what is the role of EB before they applying on it. Yeah. So when we apply on it, we face a lot of emergency meetings. Why is it so? Because our team is not very mature yet. At first we don't know what to do, what to focus, and all these things. So that's why we have a lot of emergency meeting that time. And this is a questions for me to asking my EB that time, as well as maybe you all can consider this. Whenever we make decisions, what are the priority when we are making the decision? So the question is, do you think the direction of LC is more important or direction of departments? So we myself is that we have to think about this because we are actually not only VP, we are also a EB. And then after that, we all know that EBs is actually part of our priority, and the role of LC journey is actually part of the priority. But then the starting point is not what we are wish for. Yeah. So I can tell you my journey of EB right now. So first thing first, we are going to look into the first 3 months of the EB journey. So for the first 3 months of EB journey, you know, when we starting off the team, we know that we are the team leader of the department. Let's say I'm a team leader of IGV. I have to manage and I have to lead the team, and acknowledge and leading the team members, do L&D, do education for my team members. And then besides that, I have to attend EBM meeting, which is executive board meeting, to get functional updates. I have to report to LCPs that what is my focus this week and what am I going to do next week. We also participate in LC visit. We do planning, we do conference, which we are doing some strategy, we're doing this and that during the visits. We also submit on motion and vote for legislation, which means any legislation that we are going through, we have to find out what is the thing that we have to amend or we are not amending, something like this. So coming into this thing, if you realize that people in my team actually might feel it's boring, it's a waste of time in joining the space. It's like, why do I need to know other departments stuff when I'm just focusing on my VP? I'm just focusing for OGV as example. So here comes to a question. Is this EB team is actually not working as an EB team? Are we work for departments? Are we departmentalized, we don't care about others? Or are we just only care on our own functions? So this is a question, and this is the real case that actually happening in our own LCs. But you know, 3 months doesn't prove what, right? We go for 6 months. So this is our first 6 month story. So looking into this, first 6 months, surprisingly, what we know is we do our decision making as what you all did just now, not as a department team anymore. We are not prioritized on I am from OGV, so I have to prioritize OGV. No, we are making decision as an EB team right now. So how is it going on? We have our culture shaping together with LCP, which is me. We have to align the work with LCP and then to shape LC direction and vision. So by that time, we all know that we have our goals, we have our visions, we attend our LC visit, we attend our LC replanning, we know what is our focus right now. So if you know these things, it's actually a 4 standard of your team. Yeah, so okay, when we look at this, we have forming, we have storming, we have norming and performing. From my team in the first 6 months, it's actually like this. We are from storming to norming. Why is it so? Because at first, if you remember what I said just now, first 3 months, we are individual, we are focused on performance only, we are focused on organization. But then right now, we are starting to work as a team. So we have the support among each other. IGV has support about LC, IGV has support on OGV, OGV has support from blah blah blah, this and that. We are working with each other right now, and then we're starting to know what is our direction and where are we going. So what we do in this stage is basically we try to understand each other. We might have a lot of conflict, like why OGV is better than IGV. This is just bullshit. Okay, I'm just talking for example. Okay, why is it so? And why do I don't know why do FL is only prioritized on IGV? Why they didn't prioritize on member R&R, something like that. A lot of things. We need to try to understand each other, understand the concern behind, and also the decision we made. So after this, we also have our educations, which is L&D, learning and development. TLCB is like team leader capacity building, and also through one-to-one, we have all the space for the conversation on why we have to work as a team, we have to work as an EB, something like this. So here it is. Because of all these things that we are working on together, we started from storming to norming, which is actually a good stuff. Yeah, and then right now, I think this month is our nine-month journey already of becoming a LCEB. So what we are having right now is we know that culture shaping is actually the whole EB team effort. We know that EB team is a body, but not an individual, just like how is it comparison from the first 3 months and also first 6 months. And also that we know that EB experience actually impacts on membership experience. So just a sharing, this is the photo again. It should be like this. What we are doing now is our EB know that they're actually having some legacy that they actually want to achieve. We are actually accountable to each other already. We no need to have someone that actually keep pushing you to, hey, please work on this legacy, please discuss this synergy with this and that people. We all know about this already. We all are trying to be accountable with each other. It's not just one person remind, but then it's everyone working with each other. So, okay. So when looking into this, we can go on to our summary of all this. So first thing first, my EB journey, starting first, is actually kind of like departmentalized, which means we are only working on our own departments. We try out to reach FL to get budget, but it doesn't approve. We try out to find PM people to get more members, but it doesn't approve as well. But all these things, after going to the second stage norming, someone that start initiative, we are aligned with what we want. So after someone having conversation with each other, in this case, it was LCP, but other LC, you have other people to start the conversation. So it doesn't mean that only LCP can starting the conversation and all. So we have to speak out. We have to speak out and understand each other. So in order for us to get to know each other well, and we have to start to work as a team. And the third one is how can we play a puzzle together? Because EB team is kind of like actually it should be complementing each other in order to work the stuff together. So here's, if let's say we are complementing each other, we are accountable to each other, then here's come to like how can the team becoming performing. So my message here is that a team can be separate at first, but it needs time to get us go in one group together. So other than this, after finish all my team, I think I still haven't mentioned about what is the things that is happening on EB and what is the things happening on VP. But I think I believe on the conversation you have just now, the practice that you have just now and what am I sharing just now is basically EB is the one you manage the LC, while VP is actually the one you manage on functions and the product itself. So it is something like EB and VP is actually, there's a nature when you apply for EB, you are technically the VP as well. Why is it so? Because EB and VP is actually complementing each other. Yeah. So imagine that EB without holding a VP role, or imagine that a VP without holding a EB role. Let's say today we are actually just a EB, we are not a VP. So how can we know what are the specific department doing stuff? How can we know actually the things that we are implement is a successful one? Yeah, so this is the questions. And let's say we are actually having VPs without an EB role. So how can we align with each others? Let's say we have, right now we have OGV, LVV, and also IGV, LVV. How can we make alignment with each other? We are not working just because of department, we are working because of a vision and a direction that actually we want. So the role of EB and VP is actually equally important. It doesn't mean that when you do decision of as a EB, like you will ignore the VP itself. I mean, as a VP, you still can voice out on what are the things that you are concerning. Yeah. So as part of EB, we are actually taking care of overall LC performance and growth path as a whole. And what does it mean? Is that, let's say just now we have stimulation on whether we want to choose IGV standing laptops or membership R&R. It might be the answer, the decision that we make as a team might be not a very satisfied one, because in our own, let's say in our own vision, we actually want to do innovation on the project. We want to have market development as well. Let's say if we don't do this, instead we choose for member R&R, for sure there's something that you might not satisfied with the decision you want. But just that something that you have to take note, as an EB, you are not the team leader of your department, but you are also part of the team that you can make decision for the whole organization, whole entity itself. So in this saying, you're actually having a lot of stakeholders to deal with. Let's say we are not having, let's say you are in IGV, you are not dealing with only PD, you are not dealing with only your learning partners, your students, your LVVs, but as well as you are dealing with all the other departments and all the external representative. Yeah. So as an EB, we have a lot of things that we want to implement. Just like this term, I have a lot of things. We even having ambitions that we want to secure 30K sales one. We want to get 50 LVV before. We have the ambitious, but then whether which are the things, which are the betters that we want to choose, what are the focus that we want to work on, and what are the value alignment that we want to see, and what are the end pictures, what are the end outcome that you want to see as the entity itself. This is a questions. Yes, as a department, of course, I want OGV to be world, but then let's say our organization focus right now maybe is OGTA, then it might not satisfy. I just give an example. Yeah. So, I don't have slide already. Yeah. So yeah, my last measures is actually LCEB. No matter you are EB, no matter you are VP, you are actually a team member of LCP, where you want to guide the vision, you want to guide the growth path, you want to get ownership of the LCs. But as a VP, it is also important for you to acknowledge what is the things that you can do in the team, and how can you support EB, and how can you support LC to grow for the better future, better direction as well. So I think that is all for me. Do you all have any questions? I think we still have time. No? If no, you can put a wave. Or because it's 290 already. Oh, wave. Okay, we have wave already. I hope you all like it, okay? Okay, good. I think if you all don't have any questions, okay, if you all don't have any questions, then I will pass it to Eugene already.
Hey, hello everyone. 我喜欢 Hey, don't speak Mandarin, okay? Let's be inclusive, speak English to everyone. Okay. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed a cursing session right now. Cursing is still here. Yeah. So actually for this session, we ended 10 minutes early, and then the next session will still start on time, which is around 4. Is it? Yeah, we'll still start at 4. So later we'll have Liang Jun delivering the session of how to understand and also build your team. So stay tuned, because I think all of you guys are also very excited to know how to build your team and be part of the EB team also. Yeah, so you guys can rest right now, and then we'll play some music, and then after 40 minutes, then you guys can come back here. But the link here wouldn't close. We'll still keep the link open, okay? Yeah, if you're cool, you can type a cool. Great, okay, I'll play the music now.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone. Wait for me to come home. Loving can heal. Loving can mend your soul. And it's the only thing that I know. I swear it will